Hi, my name is Jeanne Cerrone, and I'm a student at Grand Canyon University. And this class is called Brain-Based Learning. And I am doing a presentation on differentiation and engagement with brain-based learning in the classroom. So the first slide is talking about the introduction of the class. So I'm going to scoot over to the next slide. A little bit about me. So I have a bachelor's of science in public health. I received that degree in 2011. Before that, I was a nursing major and then switched over to education. This is currently my 8th year of teaching as a certified teacher in Arizona. I have taught from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. Currently, I am teaching 5th grade ELA and social studies and 6th and 7th grade ELA at a very small charter school. I have homeschooled my children in the past, not all the way through, but a few years. I've also taught in public and charter schools. Last year, I did participate in a special education role in a school in Texas temporarily to get some experience there before moving back to Arizona. And currently I am pursuing the Master's of Arts degree in Curriculum and Instruction. So the topic is on what is differentiation and how it applies to brain-based learning in the classroom. So differentiation is when a teacher takes a topic, a concept, and splits it into different learning levels to execute the different objectives of the lesson. And so it's a process of modification and also applying it so that all levels of learning can be achieved by each student. So there might be some that are struggling students and may need a lower level, and then there are children that have high achieving abilities, and so they would be more in the accelerated. And so differentiation honors that and respects that diversity within the cognitive abilities of the students based on their neurodiversity. So again, to go in a little bit more detail, this next slide says that it allows for individual growth by utilizing different modalities and methods, and its goal is to be able to have each student learn at their own pace. It allows for flexibility and alternate forms of resources, not just one cookie cutter box, prepackaged curriculum. And so it embraces that neurodiversity in the children. And then some of the strategies that I've used in the classroom also has been mentioned in the research is scaffolding the lessons. So looking at each lesson objectives, the learning targets, the outcomes, and then being able to differentiate by the depth of knowledge, and then starting at a level 1 for the lowest level of rigor to a level 4 for the higher level of rigor. Also project-based learning, so more of a creative-led type of project. Those work really well for students that may struggle with the typical multiple choice or essays, and they need something to just get their hands moving, their bodies moving, maybe use some artistic side of the right part of the brain rather than just the left logical side. Engagement. So engagement is every teacher's dream. It's the positive behavioral outcome of all the students in the classroom. When you have 100% engagement, you know that the students are on point, on task, and are just on fire for learning. And so it deals with the how you hold their interest, their internal motivation, and just being active in their listening and learning and participation. So in order to utilize engagement in brain-based learning, I tend to tap into the 5 senses for students, not always on taste or smell, but sometimes that does apply depending on if I use essential oils in the classroom, and let's say it's a peppermint, it might be a great process. So students also use their reasoning and emotions to also enhance their cognitive ability, chunking out lessons, and then also just being able to make it short and sweet and concise, and that helps with keeping the students engaged because their attention span is so short. So again, I used the visual, auditory, kinesthetic, get them moving, chunk it out, short, sweet lessons. I also call it the keep it simple and succinct for the KISS method. So make it tangible, make them be able to understand it, apply it to real life, and then give them a chance to collaborate with each other and share their stories, share their experiences. And to implement this in the classroom, the biggest thing that I've learned is keep a positive mood in the classroom, a tone as much as possible. Be consistent. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. Classroom and rules and protocols should always be followed. Give them high expectations so that you have high achievement, and then allow for that flexibility in the neurodivergent classroom. Set out visual layouts, do small group rotations in implementing the strategies, and making sure that all the resources like papers, worksheets, even supplies are clearly labeled and ready to go for the next lesson. So there's not a lot of scrambling and not a lot of wasted time getting from one step to the other, and then revisit those classroom procedures and rules every single day. Okay, that is the wrap up, is, learning about differentiation and engagement and how to apply it and marry that with brain-based learning, because it is all about growing these little minds and utilizing all that neuroplasticity, all that cognitive ability, and also embracing the neurodiversity that they may have. And the references are right here that I use to research and prepare for this presentation. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful evening.